I just received my art book today. This is the deluxe edition, which has a slipcase, alternative cover, and a lithograph. The book is 200 pages, printed on high quality paper, and does reveal some locations in the game. Now that I've actually finished a full playthrough, I'd also like to discuss my thoughts on that, and while I believe it is generally spoiler free, everyone seems to have a different definition of what that actually means. So if you're worried about it, I would suggest that you stop here and come back later just in case. So I know the reviews are pretty mixed. The critics are praising the game while the general public is just all over the place. The primary complaint that I've heard is people have an extremely hard time sympathizing with the antagonist, who reminds me a lot of Ronda Rousey, as the game draws a lot of parallels between her and Ellie. I think this difficulty to relate speaks to the point that the game is actually trying to make. In an attempt to draw another parallel, consider how the first game was about Joel overcoming loss and learning how to love again by building a meaningful relationship with Ellie. This follow-up is kind of the polar opposite in how it focuses on hatred and blind rage, and how that can tear relationships apart. I think it's an important message in today's world where people will just blindly dismiss anyone who doesn't agree with them or has a different opinion. They have that "if you're not with me, then you're against me" mindset, which doesn't really leave any room for civil discourse. And that way of thinking is so destructive and has never been more prevalent with social media. The game executes this narrative beautifully by forcing you into roles and actions that you're not at all comfortable with and you don't enjoy. And it shows you a different side to characters you thought you knew that can be difficult to process. All of this is intended to frustrate you because the characters are struggling with similar conflicts. The real challenge is facing your own personal demons and trying to let go of your bias while finding some kind of acceptance or resolve to move forward, just as the characters are trying to do the same. It's no wonder people are so divided. I mean, the way that it taps into those deep emotions is remarkably clever, and everyone is sure to process it differently. I've never felt that connected to a story before, as I found it so soul-searching, and this really is a shining example of just how powerful of an art form video games can be. I absolutely loved it, but I can also understand why a lot of people didn't. If you haven't played the game yet, I highly recommend that you just ignore the negativity and judge it for yourself. Even if you don't care for the story, the level design and gameplay is brilliant. So those are my thoughts anyway. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.